Hey y'all, so it's almost midnight and I have been researching for 2 days what is the best method of making reusable menstrual pads that we can send with Orphan's Heart Ministry to help girls in Africa. There's a whole bunch of really neat ideas that I think are too advanced for our sewing group. So I think I found the one that will work the best for our group, and I wanted to share how we're gonna make them. And if you want to sew some yourself and do all the fancy stuff, you're more than welcome to. They don't all have to be exactly the same, the ones that we send. So we would gladly take any donations that you guys have. So what I did was I actually didn't really use a pattern. I drew out a shape for the outside and for the inner part of the pad. For the top and bottom piece, it's 9 inches long, and then it is 3.5 inches wide, and then when you add the wings, it's about 2 inches. And then from here to here, up here is 4.5 and 4.5. So 9 inches by 4.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And then the wings are 2 inches, and that's for the top and bottom piece. And then for the top and bottom piece needs to be, I'm using flannel. So flannel is soft and absorbent and breathable, so that's the best. And then for the inner piece, it's 8 inches long, and then the middle is 2.5 inches, and the top and bottom is 3.5 inches. So that fits right inside of that when you sew it. So let me show y'all what I did. Okay, so I already cut out a top and bottom piece of flannel, and then I cut out terry cloth for the inside. Now, a lot of people suggested that we use PUL or polyurethane liner, and we actually did buy some. Let me stick this back up here. Maybe. We actually did buy some. It's not here yet, but from what I can tell, a lot of people think using the terry cloth is just as good. So I just cut up a towel, and so this was a white towel I cut up. But like you can see, if you put 3 pieces together, it's pretty thick. And sorry about that, I ran out of memory on my phone, so I had to erase some stuff. But anyways, so the terry cloth is absorbent. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put together 3 to 4, depending on how thick yours is. Mine's pretty thick. So I'm gonna sew 3 together on I call it the ugly side, but the wrong side of one piece of the fabric. So you're gonna sew it. I'm gonna sew all the way around the edge, and then I'm gonna sew, and then I'll show you that, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so what I did was I took my big back panel, or actually this will be the top panel, and I took 3 pieces of terry cloth and I put them together in the middle, and I sewed all the way around the edge, and then I stitched a zigzag down the center of the pad, not connected to the back. So this is just on the front, and that does help draw in the fluid, but keeps it from leaking because it's not a seam all the way through the back. So hopefully this will work. If for some reason we decide it doesn't work, it's not that hard to leave that out. But for now, I put that there, and so I have, this is one piece now. And so now I'm going to take the other panel and sew the 2 ugly sides together. So the pad actually is going to be inside out. Then I'm going to leave one section open so I can turn it inside right. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you how. Okay, so I have sewn this back piece all the way around the edge. except for, where's my opening? I left a little opening so I can turn it inside right. So just take out the pins. Okay, so it's all turned inside right now. So all the edges are sewn. And I just need to close this up, and then I'm going to do a top stitch all the way around, as well as right across this piece here. Now that it's turned inside right, I can do a top stitch here too. Try not to, don't get it on the towel part though. So that just makes it easier for the flaps to fold. So I'm going to do that. And I'm done. So I did a zigzag all the way around the edges, and then I did another one here and here. And it's not the prettiest thing I've ever made, considering it's my first one, but it can only get better from here. So it's pretty simple. It takes about 30 minutes from start to finish for me, but I'm just getting started, so it'll get quicker. But that's how you make the reusable pad. Oh, and it's supposed to have snaps, but I don't have my little gadget here. It's at the church. But it has snaps, so it wraps around like that. And so don't forget the snaps. So that's all. Thanks. Bye.